Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Schalke Showdown, Episode 7, or Season 2, Episode 1, whichever way you want to look at it. And yeah, it should be a good season. Obviously, finished second last season. I don't know, that didn't feel like it flowed as well as it should have done. But welcome to this series if you're new, and welcome back if you're not new. It's been about 4 or 5 days, I believe. But no, seriously, let's talk about plans for this season. Obviously, we want to come first, but will that happen? Not necessarily. But so, I've got to push top 3 again. Top 3 is a minimum. Ideally, top 2. We don't want to be taking a couple of steps backwards. So ideally, we want to be looking. We want to be pushing up and challenging Bayern Munich. And to do that, I brought in a number of acquisitions. Now, I'm going to start with a potential signing. Jose Maria Jimenez might be joining on loan from Atletico Madrid. Now, he'll be probably a backup centre-back. He's a very good player by the looks of things. Got good set of physical stats, a good work rate. He's got good anticipation, decent concentration, good tackling, marking, and heading, which is what I look for in a defender, as well as strength. So it looks to be a very, very good player. If we were to get him in on loan till the end of the season, he looks like he could be an absolute asset for us. So really happy to be in talks with him over a loan move. But a couple of permanent moves were made by ourselves, and we're going to start off with the most expensive, 10.25 million it cost us to bring in Kostas Manolas in from Roma. He's a very good centre-back, Greek international. And there's a couple of things that spotted me. Obviously, he has the heading, the marking, the tackling, what I look for. But those physicals were ridiculous. Good. He's quick and strong. Normally, you get a quick centre-back who's quite small, or you get a strong centre-back who's quite tall. We've got one bang in the middle. Best of both worlds. You know, he is what Hovis hopes to achieve with their best of both bread. But he's in all seriousness, he's absolutely ridiculous by the looks of things. He looks had a decent season for Roma last season, played 28 times, 6.9 average rating. But I think we can get the best out of him. And I think alongside someone like Benedikt Hervedez or Martin Stasic, he could be an absolute asset. So I'm very happy to bring him in. 10.25 million as well, bit of a bargain. I was stuck between 2 Roma centre-backs. It was either Manolas or Nyangwa and Biwa. Went for Manolas because of those strong physicals. But you've spotted a name now, haven't you? You've spotted a name that it's interested, it's piqued your interest. Alexandre Lacazette joins from Lyon for £10 million, an absolute bargain. Had a decent season, 14 goals last season, and 15 the season before. He's consistently got a good amount of goals, 7.22 average rating. It's enough to want me to bring him in. Very good pace, very good finisher, very good composure, good technique. Looks like he could be a very, very good player alongside someone like Klaus-Jan Huntelaar, who's going to... he can easily set him up. He's got decent passing, decent dribbling ability, and you got him who can score goals, plus the big machine, the monster that is Klaus-Jan Huntelaar up front. It's blown my mind, the possibilities, and even more so the fact that we signed Luciano Vietto on loan from Atletico Madrid also. Now, an FM wonder kid has joined our ranks. Good finishing, good composure, good amount of pace. And again, he's a bit of a similar player to Lacazette in my opinion, by the way he is. He's not the tallest, but he's quite quick. So obviously Lacazette 5'9", Vietto 5'8", but didn't play last season. Honestly, not really. One appearance, didn't really play much. Hopefully we can give him some game time, maybe even play with a front three if needs be, because Lacazette, Huntelaar and Vietto in a front three just, to me, sounds holy crap on a cracker good. That sounds ridiculously nice. And the final paid transfer was Rui Patricio, who joins from, was that Sporting? That was Sporting, right? Yeah, Sporting. Sporting Lisbon. And he's a replacement for Ralph Farman, and those two are going to really... It's not a necessary direct replacement. Ralph Farman's still going to be in and around the first team. It's just to bring some competition in, and we're going to have them two hopefully pushing each other to the limit. If you have a bad game, you will be out. And the other goalkeeper will come in. If he has a bad game, he will be out. Simple as that. Gives us a good rotation option, and especially the fact we are in the Champions League this season, gives us an option to use a goalkeeper specifically for that as well. So. It's a very good signing in my opinion. Only £8 million, which is a good move. He's a good goalkeeper. Has as you've seen, his stats are fairly good, and I'm sure he'll be very, very good with Ralph Farman as the two goalkeepers. So I was taking an absolute age to load, and I had the burp. So my apologies for that. What bad video etiquette, Jordan. You must take a video etiquette class. But let's look at tactic this season. I'm a bit crazy, all right? I've gone a little bit. I've changed tactic. Now we've got obviously the Beware the Bees 4-2-3-1 there, and we've still got the sassy. We've got the sassy wine glass in case you want to play with 3 strikers. But this is what I'm looking at so far. I don't know why Patricio's the only player in there. But a 3-4-1-2. Now it's. I got some inspiration by looking at what my friend does. What tactic he used, and he used something similar. So I based a role similarly to that. But I also think it's good for what we have. So. Ideally, what we'd be playing is I know this is going to sound crazy, but we're not going to play fullbacks. And to say we had Iogo, Kolasinac, Kaisara last season, and Ushida, who are all 4 very good fullbacks on both sides. I just no need for them so far. However, they're not going to be completely, ostracized out of the team. They will still be in the squad at times, because if we haven't got wingers fit, we can always drop these to wing backs and put them in the squad. So there's plenty of opportunity for them to play if needs be. Allows us to sort of move to a little bit more of a back 5 if we are in maybe not in the best run of form. It allows us to be a little bit more conservative. We've gone for control. We've gone for a retain the possession tactic, pushing quite high up and actually keeping the ball slow, just keeping the ball. Keeping hold of it, keeping possession, and frustrating other teams. And it's actually worked to perfection. We had 1 defeat. No, we didn't. We didn't have a defeat in our pre-season fixtures. We had a bit of a topsy-turvy game against Victoria Cologne, a 1-0 draw over Ludogorets, a 2-0 victory over Dynamo Dresden, 1-0 draw over Anderlecht, an 11-1 win over Wolfswinkel, and then we went against Bayern Munich, and a 2-0 victory in the Super Cup against a very good Bayern Munich side. It was very, very good, very, very pleasing, very, very encouraging for the season ahead. 2 goals from Alexander Lacazette, the new signing, and we've dominated possession. We've limited Bayern to very much, and this is a Bayern with some incredible creative players that were on the pitch for the majority of the game. You had Mario Götze came on, you had Thomas Muller, Vidal, Robben, Lewandowski, Alaba, as well as a fullback who likes to go forward. We limited them very much. Got the goals when we needed to. 2 goals in quick succession from Alexander Lacazette was absolutely phenomenal, and we've won the Super Cup. And we've stolen a bit of Bayern Munich's thunder, and hopefully that is a sign of things to come, that Bayern are beatable this season. So not only will that fill ourselves with confidence for when we play Bayern later on in the season, back in up in December, but it will also maybe give other teams confidence, because something that Bayern Munich didn't do last season was lose to many teams. They didn't lose to us. They lost, I think, 2 teams all season last season. So hopefully this season it's shown that they can be beaten, and maybe teams such as Leverkusen and Hoffenheim can actually push Bayern to the limit and maybe get results against them. We won in the German Cup, but again, it means nothing to us. I mean, the Super Cup means nothing to us really, but it was just a nice thing to put in the trophy cabinet, I suppose. But let's get right into the game. I went a little bit Keemstar there. I don't even know why. Benedict Höwedes is suspended. He got suspended, I think in the last game of last season. So means we do have to play. I might actually go back to 4-2-3-1, and I know that seems weird, but no, you want to see the new tactic debut, don't you? So I'm going to quickly check who is our best passer of the ball. 13 for Nastasic, because we have a ball-playing defender, someone who's going to happily keep hold of the ball, going to try and make passes happen. So we've got Karnayan, who has 14, that's actually rather impressive, and Manolas 9. So we have Karnayan in the centre of Manolas and Nastasic, maybe the younger player, with the 2 senior players either side of him, might give him, might stabilise him, give him some confidence. He played very, very well when he has played, 8.4 average rating. Pione Sisto plays on the right-hand side. In the centre, Leon Goretzka going to play the box-to-box role. He is more a creative player than he is a defensive-minded player, but he, 11 tackling, 10 marking, shows that he can do the defensive side if needs be. We'll play Roman Neudstader, because he's just, those 2 in the centre work extremely well. Union Draxler on the left-hand side. Good to have him back from injury, because I believe he missed quite a bit of last season. Maximilian Meyer is going to play behind the striker. He's going to play a Trequartista, which is going to be Alexandre Lacazette, who's going to link up the play alongside Klaus-Jan Huntelaar. Luciano Vietto will be on the bench, though, don't worry. Ralph Farman also on the bench. Now, we've got a balanced defensive fullbacks as well as centre-backs in this on the bench. So we're going to definitely have Junior Kaisara, wherever he's gone. He's disappeared. There he is. He's back. He's a magician, apparently, according to me. We will have one on the left-hand side. Dennis Aogo will also... I don't really want to put Felipe Santana on. We'll put Vieto on. Let's do it the other way around. We'll put Sead Kolasinac on, just because he can play a midfield role. Christian Clemens can also go on, as well as Johannes Gies or Choupo-Moting. I might drop Kolasinac. No, I'm gonna. I'm going to drop Kolasinac. I've changed my mind. Choupo-Moting and then Johannes Gies, because Johannes Gies is a very, very good player who can play in the centre midfield. Obviously, the squad's going to rotate throughout the season. It's not going to be just this single, just this team. It's going to be great for us. It's going to be a good season, I think. And here we go against Hoffenheim in the first game of the season for us. It would have been nice to have Benedikt Höwedes, but of course, as I mentioned, he's suspended. And what the hell is that? That is defensive, negative football personified in the form of a tactic. Adam Slazai up front with Andreas Ivancic, though, could be deadly on the break, though, too. Ivancic, the Austrian creative player with a funny name, because it's Ivancic. Did you know that? Ivan Shits a couple of times? I mean, everyone shits, really. I mean, isn't there books about that called, like, Everybody Poops? I'm pretty sure that's a thing, right? It's not just made up in, like, TV shows. I'm sure that's real. But either way, we move into this game, and again, it's one of those games where it's like they could easily shock us in this game if we don't play to our proper ability. But it should be a victory for us. Ideally, if you look, player for player in terms of quality, we should be winning this game, and we're having a lot of chances down the wing. Lacazette now, Huntelaar is bouncing around. Still a chance though. We've kept the ball ridiculously well in this last couple of minutes. Julian Draxler finally loses the ball, and Slazai heads on, but there's no one there. So Manolas can keep hold, and it goes away. But in the early 10 minutes, we've had all the possession, and we've done not much with it so far, but we've certainly put them on high alert in terms of defensive, in sort of defense, because they are worried. I think they were worried from the start, and that's why, because Alexandre Lacazette is a clinical finisher. When the ball comes to him, he knows where to put it, and he's put it in the top left-hand side of the net. No chance for the goalkeeper. That is an excellent goal. I'm taking a drink. Be right. I say be right back. I mean, I'm going to stay here. It just means I'm going to stop talking. You're going to hear me go, 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 go. That's not how I drink, to be honest. No, not normally. But a lovely goal from Alexandre Lacazette. Excellent work. And I've told you, he's just as dangerous as Klaus-Jan Huntelaar this season. It's a lucky breakthrough. But as I said, though, their defensive formation, they knew how well we could attack. They've set up to try and counter that. It's not worked so far. And if I was a Hoffenheim fan, I would be desperate for things to change. I'd be trying to attack us down the wings. Because our centre-backs, as I mentioned, they aren't actually the quickest. Our two sort of wider centre-backs, I do believe. Manolas is quick. Nastasic, I take that back. Actually, we've got two fairly pacey centre-backs. We just don't have one that's exactly. The only criticism not having Höwedes in is he's sort of the bully. He takes charge of the defence. He's a. He sort of leads us into battle, really, and he's the captain of the club. Anyway, and Huntelaar bounces off the bar, and Niklas Süle gets away. He's a very good player, Süle, and a player that I was actually looking at in terms of bringing in. Couldn't afford him after my signing of Manolas, and I think Hoffenheim wanted about 20 million for him, but a very good player. Very young, good German talent. We've had 70% of the possession in the first half, but only one goal has come from that possession. With a chance here now, it's all stemmed from a corner kick, but we've still got the ball. Julian Draxler finds Neustadter, and as I mentioned, though, we're happy to keep the ball, pass it around, frustrate the opposition, and we're doing that just very well at the moment. Huntelaar's gone out for another corner. We have got big players in the team, and Slazai gets that away with ease. Looks like it's going to be half time. 14 shots to Hoffenheim's 0, 69% of the possession. That is how you execute a game plan. We have been absolutely incredible so far, and we have literally controlled the game, as the mentality says. But I'm happy with this so far. Keep it up. We could get a second goal, ideally, and sort of make things comfortable, because goal difference. It could come down to goal difference at the end of the season, and this is the type of game where you're dominant, where you are having chances that you need to take in. As I said, you need to take the chances, but. We'll find out what happens. Here's Julian Draxler, though. He's on for Wolfsburg in real life, which is a pretty shocking transfer. But it has an incredible replacement for Kevin De Bruyne, who's obviously moved to Manchester City. I'm recording this after deadline day, so I can, if you want to talk transfers with me, just hit me up on Twitter, really. I love talking transfers. Like, I went and bought a Derby shirt yesterday. Oh, excellent. Alexandre Lacazette. Derby City, as Bradley Johnson would say. But, no, I went and bought one the other day. And like, the walk from the train station at Derby to the ground's like 5-10 minutes. And, like, it went by in, like, 30 seconds. Me and my dad were just talking transfers the entire way. And we were talking about how fucking... how deadline day is one of our favourite days of the year. I know I'm I'm rambling on, but that's the type of video. That's what you're here for. Who comes here to get tactical insight? Nobody. Everyone comes here for me to just ramble on about what the hell I've been doing and ramble on about, I don't know, maybe Remco Koch having a massive cock or Klaus-Jan Huntelaar being the Terminator. But like it's got a second goal. We're going to actually move him to the advance. We're going to Luciano Vietto. Klaus-Jan Huntelaar's not exactly had the best game this so far, but it's no reason to be concerned. We're going to bring on Dennis Ayogo on for Julian Draxler, and they're going to be our 2 changes. Maybe Johannes Geese on in the last couple of minutes for Roman Neustadter, just give him a bit of game time, make sure he is happy with the amount of football he's getting. But a second goal for Alexander Lacazette. He started the season very, very well, and that's a lovely ball from Goretzka. Finds Lacazette, and I believe that's... he's cut onto the right-hand side and slotted that in at the near post. Keeper shouldn't be beaten at his near post. That is a common footballing knowledge. But we've absolutely dominated Hoffenheim. It's been an incredible performance so far, and I'm very, very happy. Lacazette getting 2 goals again shows what a good signing he has. He will be this season. And Iogo now puts into Manolas. There's still chance for another goal. We're going to make a substitution. We're going to be on, as I said, Johannes Geese for Roman Neustadter. Leon Goretzka's had a great game, 8.1 I believe that was, in the box-to-box role. And I do love a good box-to-box after... Oh, Luciano Vietto, that's 3-0, wraps up the game. Cool as you like. But having, in the last couple of years been able to watch Craig Bryson in his prime for Derby, I know, let's not compare Goretzka and Craig Bryson because there's no comparison in terms of quality, but Craig Bryson, he utilises a box-to-box role, and I do love a good box-to-box since having gotten to watch him. But a 3-0 victory, a fantastic start. We have strengthened the squad very, very well, and as we can see, a clean sheet for Patricio, for Manolas, a goal for Vietto, and 2 for Lacazette. Our new signings are incredibly good, I think, are a big sign of intent. 0 shots from Hoffenheim. That is that is a home performance. We limited them to so much. They tried to play defensive football against, they tried to sit back, but we have absolutely overpowered them today. We've outclassed them in every aspect of the game, and it's been a great performance, and I'm sure it'll be a great season ahead. Bayern Munich, that is a warning for you, Sunshine, or Sunshines, because there's more people at Bayern Munich than just one, but you don't underestimate us. We have signed well, we have got quality, and we are coming for your Bundesliga title. I want to thank you, though, the viewer. Thank you very much for watching. You have been awesome as per usual. Much love. Bye-bye.